Artificial intelligence has changed everything. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to 10x your business and 10x your life because of it, of utilizing artificial intelligence. But before I get started, November 30th, 2022, the game has changed. ChatGPT released its first version that was made publicly available to everyone. And just by doing that, revolutionized everything moving forward with artificial intelligence, okay? Now, here's what ended up happening with ChatGPT. On ChatGPT, it hit 1 million users in 5 days. This is faster than Google. This is faster than Instagram. This is faster than Pinterest. This was faster than Facebook. This was faster than Angry Birds. In literally 5 days, ladies and gentlemen, it completely revolutionized the game. And what has happened since is that moment has really revolutionized how humans and machines are interacting together, especially when it comes down to operating your business. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, AI isn't just another tool. It's important to understand that AI isn't just another thing online. Artificial intelligence is the future, and it's happening right now in front of your eyes. So it's the biggest productivity revolution since the internet has come about. When the internet, I remember doing research on what is the internet and how is it working and when did it launch. The internet launched in the late 80s, early 90s, and because of the internet, it completely revolutionized how we done business together, how we connect, how we socialize. I mean, to the point today, your home can be ran by the internet. The fastest revolution is taking place right now in front of your eyes, which is artificial intelligence, because your business, your home will be ran because of artificial intelligence, whether you want it to or not. Elements of your business today is already being ran by artificial intelligence, down to the consumer products. I just purchased this Whoop app, this Whoop on my wrist. What it does, it's a health tracking app, and it connects directly to my phone. So this thing, this wristband, connects via Bluetooth to my phone, and it's collecting data on my body, how I recover, how I sleep, how I work out, and all these data points. And the brain behind it is AI. They call it the Whoop Coach, where it's able to take. Now, the challenge with the Whoop app, one of the challenges is how do you dissect all the information when it comes down to your heart rate, when it comes down to your beats per minute, when it comes down to your sleep recovery. How do you make sense of all that information? It's valuable information. The way that it makes sense to the average consumer is through artificial intelligence. They call it the Whoop Coach. So it allows me to be much more productive when it can break it down to me in the most basic understanding of all these variables, all this data points on my body. And what's going to happen is that the same thing's going to happen inside of your business, where things that are complex that you may understand only in your business or in your industry, your customers are going to experience it at a whole new level because of artificial intelligence. So you are either A, not only hopping on the artificial intelligence train, but you're leading artificial intelligence inside your business, or B, you're being left behind slowly but surely. One of the key determining factors to see if your business is being left behind is your business growing year over year, month over month because of artificial intelligence. It's been a few years since artificial intelligence has been released to the general public. Year over year, has your business improved or has it been on the decline? When you look at your revenue on a graph, is it increasing or is it declining? One of the key determining factors to identify if your business is growing is letting me know if you're using artificial intelligence inside of your business, because it's the biggest productivity hack since the internet has been released. Now, here's what I've seen inside of my business because of artificial intelligence. Number one key determining factor, the key performance indicator that has let me know that my team and my leadership on my team is growing revenue is this one thing called EBITDA. EBITDA is essentially another word for profit before taxes, depreciation, appreciation, is how much money have you made inside of your business. EBITDA stands for earnings before income, before interest, taxes, depreciation, and appreciation. So your profit, how much money have you made? My profit margin continues to climb. I consult over 1,300 different marketing agencies. And what I'm seeing across the board, the ones that adopt artificial intelligence, their business is growing. Their finances are growing. Their stats are improving. The ones that decided not to implement artificial intelligence inside their business, their stats are declining. It's going down. And what is common between the people who their business model or their revenue is going down? It's one thing called fear. Fear stands for face everything and rise, or false evidence appearing real. And where fear is either crippling you or you're expanding because of artificial intelligence. So most people are frozen right now. They haven't adapted to artificial intelligence, and they haven't led their team, your employees, they haven't led their team to adapting an artificial intelligence. So here are 5 domains that artificial intelligence will disrupt. Number 1 is the work itself. How do we create value? What is the output that you're delivering to your customers? Number 2, business operations. So when we look at automations and how we make decisions, artificial intelligence is either A, playing a role in it, or you're not using it, but it's happening in front of you. So an example of business automations, I can write a prompt. In the prompt, I can see the overall health of a business just like that with one key metric. But by uploading my QuickBooks stats, all the scorecards inside of my company from all of the different members inside of a company, and identify in real time, is the business moving forward or is the business moving backwards? Okay. Number 3, the economy. Here's what's going to happen. There's a cost collapse taking place right now where businesses, companies are utilizing artificial intelligence to replace humans. Yes, your job is at stake. I want you to understand this. Your job is at stake. Now, what most companies are doing is they are sugarcoating because they have like huge teams, and they want to, before the shift starts taking place, they want to give confidence and not scare people. So they're like, no, your job's not at stake. We're just using artificial intelligence. No, your job is at stake, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to be very clear. I'm in the rooms, I'm in the masterminds, I'm in the behind the door conversations, and actively CEOs are looking at aggressively replacing staff that are underperforming with artificial intelligence. So there's a cost collapse happening inside of businesses. So number 3 is they're going to be the economy. And what's taking place in the economy is that there's new wealth classes being created. People are creating wealth because of artificial intelligence. I see 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 25-year-olds who are building, for example, AI automation agencies. They're implementing artificial intelligence into small businesses, and they're making a killing to the point that there's new wealth being shifted today because of artificial intelligence. There are jobs or companies that have been around for decades. For example, staffing companies that are just being obliterated because artificial intelligence could do the work of many, if not most. Number 4 is human relationships. The way that dating is taking place, communication is taking place, the way that connections is taking place. I've seen this happen actually in the Instagram app. I want you to use this as an example. There are artificial intelligence profiles, which is just AI. I just saw one. It's girls who are just artificial intelligence. And here's what they're doing. It's a man who's running an Instagram account, and it's all girls on the actual profile photos, but it's a man behind the scenes. And they're using AI to run the Instagram account, so creating all the images, all the videos, and it's all artificial intelligence. And then they connect the Instagram to a AI chatbot that is prompted to be a girl and have a conversation with every DM that they come in and turn that DM into actual revenue, turn that DM into money. So there's guys who are behind the scenes running this Instagram account. And all the content is of a artificial intelligent girl, and it looks so real that people think it's real. Other men will direct message that woman, who is actually AI, and the man behind the scenes connected AI to the Instagram DMs, and men are paying access to have access to converse with AI, and it's all fake. It's all fake. So dating, human relationships are completely shifting today. Life itself, ladies and gentlemen, this is in your life. AI is going to be changing the game for you if it hasn't already. To how you manage your house, to how you manage, to how the way that you purchase things. The telltale signs of your purchasing habits is already here because of artificial intelligence. So number 1, work itself is going to change. Your business operation is going to change. The economy is going to change. Human relationships are going to change. And then, of course, life itself is going to change. So here are some things that artificial intelligence can do. Number 1, it can write sales scripts. So if you're in business, like I'm in business, artificial intelligence can actually write sales scripts for you. Artificial intelligence can actually train your team better than you can. So I want you to imagine this. Your sales representative. You can connect software to every Zoom call that you have that they're doing a sales call. It's called Fathom. That's one of them. Another one is Audate. But I use Fathom. So let's use an example, Fathom. When you log on Zoom, Fathom is an AI note taker that logs in on Zoom with you. And all it does is record the whole entire conversation, and it gives you a transcription at the end of the conversation. You can take that transcription, upload it to ChatGPT, and say, ChatGPT, can you train me on how I can better my sales based on these conversations? Now, you can take that one conversation and get coaching on that one conversation, or you can take the transcript of 100 conversations and plug it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will give you some of the best practices to improve your sales skills. That's an example of how you can use artificial intelligence today. So artificial intelligence can actually write your sales scripts for you. Imagine today, your sales scripts, your emails, your video scripts, your tweets, your legal documents, all done in seconds. I remember when I started in business 10 years ago, the first time I hired a lawyer, that was an eye-opening moment to me, because I was paying X hundreds of dollars per hour to have a lawyer create contracts and create documents, things that I technically could do, but I don't have the time or the skill to create those documents right away. And today, artificial intelligence can do it directly for you. Number two, AI can actually do your editing for you. So if you edit videos, I'm currently recording this podcast in a studio. And in the studio, what's taking a shift today with artificial intelligence, I remember having a studio like this, me personally, I remember having a studio just like the one I'm in today, 5 years ago. And when a video was recorded, we would take that video and we would have a video editor sit down on the computer, and they would edit the video from start to finish. And that may take a video editor 3 to 4 hours. These YouTube videos that are being done by some of the biggest creators, it's done through artificial intelligence. They upload the video, and within seconds, AI is able to edit the whole entire video. So what took one person, one video editor, 3, 4, 5 hours, they're able to upload a video and go within seconds, maybe 6, 7 seconds, an entire video is done, edited, ready to be posted. And then the transcript from the video itself is uploaded to ChatGPT, and from there, we can take the transcript, create a new title. From the new title, in addition to the new title, create a description with AI, and then turn the content into a blog itself. All done with artificial intelligence. So what took a team of maybe 4 or 5 people to do and 2 or 3 days to complete is all done within seconds. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, 2, 3, 4 minutes, everything is complete. The translations, graphics, videos being edited, the blogs, the descriptions, in minutes entirely, in seconds for each product, each output, such as a graphic, a video, thumbnail, and so on and so forth, is done through artificial intelligence, okay? So here's the real skill that you need to understand today. The real skill is not being fearful of artificial intelligence. It's not even trying to outperform artificial intelligence. The real skill today is called prompt engineering. Your ability to engineer prompts will be the determining factor if you're going to grow, your business is going to grow, or your business is going to decline. Prompting is the new superpower to run a business today. In all the areas of your company, you need to have prompt engineers that are just set up and designed to run prompts. How well they're able to use prompts will determine how well your business is going to operate 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line from now. So in every role in your company, you want to start incentivizing team members to start utilizing artificial intelligence. I'm going to share with you an example of how I have inspired my team to start utilizing artificial intelligence. Right now, I'll give you an example. I've asked my team members, I said, hey, I will give you, everyone here has an opportunity. Replace yourself with artificial intelligence. I will give you a week paid vacation. Figure out how, because the challenge for most entrepreneurs today, the challenge for most businesses today is that most employees think that artificial intelligence is going to replace them, which it will. However, many entrepreneurs are scared to communicate that to their team, and they're not leaning into it. If anything, the entrepreneurs are fearful, or the business owners are fearful to communicate that, hey, I want to figure out how to increase my profit inside this company. So I'm going to take AI is going to take you out of your job. And most entrepreneurs and business owners are completely terrified to communicate that to their team because they look at their team and their team is probably going to look for another job. Instead, if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, I invite you to lean into it and communicate to your team members that artificial intelligence is your friend. Instead of being fearful that artificial intelligence is going to replace you, which it will, instead, be the person that leads the artificial intelligence. Be the director of artificial intelligence by upskilling, upgrading your skills to become prompt engineers. That's the new game, is prompt engineering. If you can change the way that prompts are done, if you can communicate to AI and set it up in a way that is able to have multiple or a bigger output, that's what's going to take your role to the next level. So let's just do some basic math, okay? I'm going to do the most basic math. Let's just say that I'm paying somebody $5,000 a month. That's $60,000 a year. I'm just using a random number at this point. Let's say I'm paying someone $5,000 a month, and in that for that $5,000 a month, their job is just to do accounting. Or even better yet, their job is to write copy. I'm going to just use that scenario. And as an output of that $5,000, every month, that copywriter, that person who's getting paid $5,000 a month, let's just say that they create 30 emails. So I pay $5,000 a month for a copywriter to write out 30 emails a month. And that emails are emails that are going out to our email subscribers, which we have hundreds of thousands of email subscribers. So that those emails are being distributed to a large group of people. So the $5,000 a month becomes that much more valuable because they're communicating specifically to our customers. So as a copywriter, the copywriter sits down in front of their computer every day and literally for the whole day, they just got to write one solid email to communicate value to our customers, that our customers end up seeing valuable and then they stay with us longer or they buy our products, things of that nature. You got me so far? Now, because I'm paying someone $5,000 a month for that role, let's say that I need additional emails to be written to market our products. Maybe I need blogs to be written. I need YouTube descriptions to be written. And I need other things to be written in general, in addition to the emails. So I'm paying one person $5,000 a month. I need another person to help me write blogs. Let's just use another scenario. I need 30 blogs to be written in a month. So one person gets paid $5,000. Another person gets paid $5,000. The first person gets paid $5,000 for 30 emails. The second person gets paid $5,000 for 30 blogs. Two different people, and as a company leader, it's costing me $10,000 a month in total for 60 pieces of content, 30 emails plus 30 blogs. Well, as a business owner, I have two options here. I can continue paying two people $5,000 a month each, which is essentially me spending $10,000 a month as a business owner. When one of those copywriters comes to me and says, hey, not only can I still maintain the quality, but instead of me writing only the blogs, I can write 30 blogs. And because I'm using artificial intelligence to do this, I can also write 30 emails with artificial intelligence. Not only can I write 30 emails and 30 blogs, but in addition to that, I can do so much more. But let's just keep it at 30 emails and 30 blogs. What's going to happen to the person who can only write 30 emails? If person B is able to create 30 emails and 30 blogs, person A, I'm not going to need that person on the team anymore. Or I got to move that person to a different role inside of my company. Therefore, saving my company money. This is where the cost starts to collapse. And my company becomes much more profitable. Your company becomes much more profitable. Not only that, person B, who is now writing 30 emails and 30 blogs, as a company leader, I used to pay $10,000 a month for the output of 60 blogs. Here's how it works for that person. That person who's now prompt engineering, they're creating the prompts to be able to have the similar output of 60 pieces of content, 30 blogs or 30 emails. That person now, instead of getting paid $5,000, they become much more valuable. They up their income. Instead of paying you $5,000, I'm going to pay you $7,500. And in $7,500, I now saved my company. In this scenario, I saved my company $2,500 because I was paying $10,000 for 60 pieces of content. Now I'm paying $7,500 for 60 pieces of content. The person who's the prompt engineer, they got a raise. The person, the business owner, saved money in this scenario. So this is the massive shift that's taking place today. So it's not about just doing more work. Today, it's about utilizing artificial intelligence to have much more of an output. So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you get to lead your team to creating much more content. You get to lead your team to strengthen the output and to do more for less. In less amount of time, how do you have a bigger output? That's who's going to get the raise. The person who's like, hey, I've been doing it this way for the last 10 years, that person is going to become slowly non-existent. I'm just telling you the honest truth here. I know there's going to be some employees that are going to look at this video and they're going to be like, I cannot believe Andy's saying this. Unsubscribe, dislike, I dislike this video. I'm sure that there's going to be people who are, but that's where we are going. I'm in the boardrooms, I'm in the masterminds, and that's what the conversations are being had. The people who are saying, well, I'm going to give the person who creates like the prompts in my company, I'm going to give that person a raise because the output is more than anyone else. I need to give that person a raise and make sure that they stay inside of the company. The people who are not creating any much more of a bigger output, they're having the same amount of output from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that person slowly but surely, they're going to be, unfortunately, terminated. And it's not because they're doing anything wrong. It's just that technology has shifted. Technology has changed. And the new role that you get to have is to become a domain expert prompt engineer. So if you are an accountant and you've been doing accounting for years and you've done it a certain way for 5, 10, 15 years, regardless of that case, your job now is to identify how artificial intelligence can replace your job. How can artificial intelligence replace what it is that you do day in and day out? If you're not the first person to figure that out, your company right now is probably already on their journey to figure that out. And if you're not the first person to figure it out, then you'll be the first person to be let go. That's the truth. If you're a business owner, and if your company is not utilizing artificial intelligence to serve your customers, you're going to be the first person to let go. You're going to be the first company to be let go. Your competitors, if your competitors are you, this is not just stuck at the job level. This is even at the business owner level. This is at the corporate entity level. If your company is not serving your customers at a faster, more valuable rate for less, then what happens is your competitors working on artificial intelligence to serve your customers. And when your customers catch wind about that through marketing, through whatever means, the standard of your service needs to be raised because your customer, if they're experiencing a certain level of service from you for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and they've been paying you monthly or yearly or annually or quarterly, and they've been paying you, working with you, and your competitor is using artificial intelligence to service your customer, and they could do it for less, even if it's the same amount, and they could just do it for at a faster speed, what's going to happen is your customer is going to leave working with your company, and they're going to work with your competitor. Artificial intelligence has changed the game, ladies and gentlemen, and the way to 10x it is by leaning into it, using it more frequently, more often, and actually figuring out how to replace yourself with it. If you're a business owner and you're an entrepreneur today, use artificial intelligence to create your own competitor, like to become your own competitor. Take your current infrastructure out. The way that your current business is being ran, take your infrastructure out, meaning build your own competitor. That's how you stay ahead of the game. You know, in most software companies, like if you're a software developer, you want to find bugs before your customers does, right? Before your customers find bugs or someone who's a bad actor finds bugs, you want to be the one to find bugs. So that means, like, for example, Apple has a bounty program, and that bounty program is like, hey, find bugs inside of our system and we'll pay you. Because if the customers find bugs, they're going to lose the subscribers anyway. If a competitor finds bugs, they may get exploited. So it becomes a bigger issue. So you got to know, like, hey, there's opportunities for progression. Even a company who's like Apple, who's $1 trillion firm, there's opportunities for progression. So inside of your company, you want to find the opportunities where you're weak at and input artificial intelligence. And don't be afraid, lean into it. And what's going to start happening is that your company is going to be able to do more for less. Your customers are going to appreciate that. And you're going to set the new standard. Now, if you're an employee, By you being able to do more with less, your employer is going to appreciate that. And as a byproduct, the economy starts to shift and there's going to be a wealth shift taking place. So if you're utilizing artificial intelligence, I just showed you how one person who's making $5,000 a month can go from $5,000 a month to $7,500, increasing their value, increasing their income, and saving the company money. How does that make sense? How can one person in a company make more money while saving the company more money? I just shared with you that example. By you consistently doing that across your departments, your company becomes more valuable and is able to serve your customer for less. And then that's where the shift starts to take place, where you start acquiring market share from your competitors. And slowly but surely, your competitors get smaller and smaller and smaller because they chose not to adopt artificial intelligence. If anything, they leaned into the fear rather than leaning into the opportunity. So if you want to 10x your business, want to 10x your income with AI, do this. Lean into the opportunity and replace yourself with AI. I'll see you in the next video. If you found this video to be valuable, be sure to like this video, to comment what you've learned and what you've discovered in this video so far. And if you really like this video, subscribe, because I'm going to share with you additional content just like this. I'll see you in the next video.